Welcome in, guys. Today's video is just a basic how-to for new players. It's how I do beginning of wipe. First day of wipe. It's how I set out my stash. It's how I get ready for my first raid. Hopefully you enjoyed the video and check me out at kick.com/26. Alright guys, so this is the day one starting stash. You start with 500,000 rubles and you start with various guns. You start with food, meds, just even start with a fuel that you don't need for a little while. You just start with this, and this is what you use to take into raid and what you use to build up your stash. But I don't like to use a lot of this stuff. Obviously, bag stack, so you can stack your bag. The idea is you want to clear up as much space as you can, ready for when you're ready to start your first raid. Yeah? So you can move stuff to the bottom of your stash. But all of this stuff, I will not use pistols. I just don't enjoy using pistols. So the pistols I will give straight to one of the vendors, which clears up space in the stash. This is a standard account stash, so it's tiny. You get no stash space at all, basically. So what I like to do is just make sure that it's clear and ready to raid. Obviously the PST ammo stacks, so you can stack it into 50s. Unload these so you've got more ammo. Unload all of this. Because obviously the pistols and the magazines for the pistols are going to go straight to a vendor. We've got the PP19s. I love these guns. These are really fun to use. Really easy guns to control. And they've got the dovetail mount, which is for a compact sight that you put on the gun. But these optics I will not use either. So they will go the vodka. You don't need the vodka. The vodka is just there to show. So sell that to one of the vendors too. Also the nades. The AKs we keep. I like to use the AKs. Obviously the meds, you're going to need meds. And the food and water, you're going to need food and water. So if we go to traders, you see you've got green ticks there. We'll talk through those in a second. But go to mechanic. He gives you the best value for money for gun parts and guns. So you give him the magazines for the pistol. This is what I like to do. This is the way I like to deal with day one of wipe. So you give him those. They're gone. You can go to therapist. She'll give you the most amount for stuff like meds and food stuff. So you get rid of that. So you've got your bag. Now, you've got these two. Rigs and the armors. Bring those to the bottom because it clears up the top stash. Like I said, you get fuel to start with. Keep that at the bottom. You will need fuel eventually for your hideout. So there you have your stash. So you've got a couple of guns. You've got a couple of armors, rigs, bags. And you're almost ready to go. You've just need to make sure you've got enough heals with you. So what I like to do, I don't like to use these AI-2s. They're not good at all. So I use a car kit. We'll take in a heavy bleed, a bandage, splint, and some painkillers. Now, the painkillers, these painkillers are not good at all. You have a Vaseline. You start with a Vaseline. Put that in your secure container. You can bring that out in raid and use it in raid. Right, so you've still got some stuff to get rid of. You've got these fleece and ripstops. You do not need those right now. So my thing to do with these is literally get rid of them. The baseball caps can go too. Right, there you go. There's your stash. There is your stash space. You can move stuff around to give yourself the maximum amount of space. People like to use auto sort. I tend not to use it because it just moves everything and then you're still digging about trying to look for stuff. Let's bring the PST ammo. Remember, like I said, the PST ammo stacks in stacks of 50. You can drag them onto each other or you can right click and top up. right click, top up. So every stack is now full except the one that we don't have enough for. Right, on your character, you're set out with the AK, the stock AK, it's a standard AK, and some ammo. What I recommend doing is the spare ammo you're bringing into raid, put into your secure container too. So you've got your spare mags and you've got your spare ammo, so you're ready to go. But with this AK, it has a dovetail mount, so you can get a sight to put. You can get an optic to put on there. I don't think there's any available level 1. You need to level up the traders. Oh, we do have one. We do have one. My bad. We do have one. I remember that being available before. But these are dovetail mounts with an optic on top. So they go on top. So you have got a red dot you can use in raid. So that gun is now ready to go. It's the same for the PP19s. If you have a look, they've got the dovetail mount. So you're ready to go to any map you're willing to go to. You are ready to go. The stash is ready. Always bring in a grenade. You never know if you're going to need it. Obviously, I'll leave it down to you, but you can set keybinds, quick access keys to your meds by just hovering over the item. I like to have my health heals on number 4 and my heavy bleed heals on number 5. The rest of it, I don't worry too much about. I can right click and use in raid. That's not an issue. But you need to quick stop a heavy bleed because you will bleed out. So I believe now you're ready to go to raid. But before that, you remember the green ticks above some of the traders we see? You go back to traders, you now have tasks to accept. So make sure you accept these tasks. Debut. You'll need to eliminate scavs over the Tarkov territory, so any map, 5 scav kills. And you need to obtain and hand over MP133 shotguns. That's an easy task, very standard. It's just a beginner task to get you into the movement of the game. And shortage. Now shortage, this is a quest that's relatively easy if you know where to look for the items. You need to find Salewa first aid kits and hand over the Salewa first aid kits. You need 3 of them. So you've accepted that task, you've got both tasks active. So now you're ready to raid. You need to eliminate 5 scavs, hand over 2 shotguns, and find 3 Salewa first aid kits. We will go over that in the next video. Thank you for stopping by, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe for the next video. Check me out at kick.com/26. I'm live every day except Mondays. Mondays are my recording days. Check me out then.